It's about the journey, not about a destination. People often say it, and here I am to share one of those stories. This was a time just when I was about to leave my ongoing job to continue my freelance contract. As I was putting my things together, I get a text message about a character design contest. Design a companion, it said, who can be in any form. A mentor, family member, creed or crew. But what kind of companion would I want? The first character that I thought of was a monkey, who I always think has been my spirit animal. But this was not satisfactory. So I had to try again. This time scrolling endlessly through Pinterest to look for ideas until I found out this character concept. What if my companion is the spirit of nature? Seems vague enough to begin, right? Yes, that's the challenge. After mapping the silhouette and basic features of the character, I jumped to the blocking stage in Blender. This is my go-to tool for rough concepts and also final concepts. Roughly matching the silhouette, the scale, and the physical features would be the most crucial part of this phase. Not getting too ahead of ourselves, not thinking too much about the final result, sticking to the basic blocks is the main challenge in this phase. As we work our way blocking this character, I would like to share some general tips which might help you in your concepts. After going through many YouTube channels, consuming a lot of content on concept art, I have realized that learning skills rather than learning tools and softwares is far more efficient, at least for creating concept art. Not restricting yourself to a single software or medium, as tools and softwares are easily replaceable in current times. Having the ability to switch between 2D and 3D mediums has proven useful for improvising and adapting to project requirements, or finding out a totally new workflow for that matter. You yourself can train in this by visualizing various hypothetical ways to design a single concept. Going back to our character, the real challenge here was not the character design itself, but the submission deadline, as it was already the late extension period of the submission when I got to know about the contest. I was left with 5 days before submission, 2 of which were going to be spent in traveling and visiting various places. About 12 hours of traveling back to my hometown. This leaves me with about 3 days before submission. Now, is this a realistic goal? Was I able to finish it before the deadline? Let's see. In times like this, when you have too many questions lingering in your head, the best thing at that point is to just start working. One might ask, why did I take up the challenge in the first place? Was it the thrill of the challenge, or was it the unique theme of the contest itself? Apart from these things, there was also another reason for me to take up this challenge. The designated job role that I had been working on was quite underwhelming, to be honest. The monotonous work routine, frustration and unproductivity almost made me reach a point of creative stagnation. The work environment did not help either, and something like this provided me with a breath of fresh air. And yes, it was actually the thrill of the challenge itself. Something that required my actual creative thinking and skills, and not just my software knowledge and a few key combinations that I kept spamming every day. Honestly speaking, this concept also represents the state of my mind I often find myself in when I am away from my hometown and relocate to a tier 1 city, where you lose the sense of belonging and the essence of nature that I had always been surrounded by. So what if I could have the essence in the form of a character and a companion? Who knew that this state of my mind would trigger this vague idea and would transform it into an actual character? Now, according to the theme of the contest, this specific character is to be a companion who would accompany you in a fictional game world. During the modeling stage, I was also thinking about the physiology, abilities, and traversal of the character. Will the character have the same physical form throughout? What about the abilities? What other abilities, buffs can the companion provide to the player? Can it be some passive buffs like healing or some unique abilities for combat? From the point of view of an opponent, the spirit would look like a mysterious hooded entity, draped in leaves resembling various elements of nature, wielding a mystical natural force. What if the character is able to affect entire ecosystems itself? Now it has to be seen how much of these actual ideas was I able to translate in the final character concept itself. With the modeling of the character done, we move to the sculpting phase. In this process, I majorly try to refine the physical form of the character and add in some wooden texture on its body. Now this is a therapeutic process where you put on some music, maybe listen to your favorite podcast in the background, and then just go with the flow. As we near the end of day 1, we are done with the modeling part and the basic sculpting for our character. How does the rest of the making go? Will everything go as planned? Do I have to improvise at some point? Will I actually finish this concept before submission? Well, stay tuned for the next part to find out.